In 2026, there were 13 lakh students who sat for a single exam to get into 15,000 seats in the top engineering colleges. That's 1%. But India continues to be obsessed with engineering and understand the entire system, whether it's broken and how it can possibly be better for you. I want you to meet.
Suraj, tell us something about yourself.
As I was saying that I am
सूरज
जी सर।
आपका लड़का?
हाँ जी हाँ जी।
अरे क्या कमाल की रिपोर्ट कार्ड है सर, मतलब 98, 99 कमाल के नंबर्स हैं ये तो। IIT मटेरियल है जी।
आपको सर सच में ऐसा लगता है?
बिल्कुल,
क्योंकि हमने तो भाई यही तो सुना है कि IIT क्रैक करना इतना आसान नहीं है, इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट।
मैं कराऊंगा ना, मेरे पे भरोसा रखो। आप क्यों टेंशन ले रहे हो? हमारे पास हजारों बच्चे आते हैं दिन में, ऐसी रिपोर्ट कार्ड नहीं देखी मैंने। आपको ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्या करना है? 3-4 लाख रुपए अरेंज करने, उसकी टेंशन आप मत लो, हम करेंगे ना अरेंज। बहुत ऑप्शन हैं, EMI सब कुछ हो जाएगा। आपको मेरे को आपका बच्चा देना है 2 साल के लिए, हीरा है आपका बच्चा, हम कराएंगे इसको। पॉलिसी तो करना है।
Suraj enrolled in a coaching center for his JEE prep. So the natural expectations for the parents was
IIT तो हो जाएगा.
But actually, a lot changed in his life. They changed his normal school to a dummy school. The point of a dummy school is so that the entire time this kid, he spends on acing that one MCQ exam. He lost all his friends, his exam schedule changed, and because he lived a different life, he slowly became solitary. You see, personality comes from trying many different things, being good at some, bad at some, meeting good friends, bad friends, and that's how you develop biases to the world, and that's where your personality comes off. The foundation of all of this comes from the formative years in school, and if that's taken away, a large part of that personality actually blossoming is also taken away. And the impact has actually been measured with this, the Mercer's employability report. It says less than half of the engineers have satisfactory interpersonal relations and skills. The JEE Mains is very interesting. It's an MCQ-based response system, so kids can actually learn to be good test takers. Not to be curious, not to be logical, not to have deductional reasoning, not to have critical thinking, etc., which was the original aim of this test. Now, the test is not the problem. The infrastructure around it is. All these people, institutions are teaching you how to become good test takers, finding patterns. And several IIT professors have actually pointed this out. But Suraj's challenges were not just limited to this change. It was actually a little bit more.
सूरज के पेरेंट्स, राइट?
हाँ जी।
आपने सूरज के इस बार के रिजल्ट्स देखे हैं? ये रिजल्ट्स तो हमने एक्सपेक्टेड नहीं करे थे सर। ऐसे रिजल्ट्स के साथ तो IIT भूल जाइए, इंस्टीट्यूट ही नहीं क्लियर करेगा मैम वो। आप बताइए क्या करें हम इन रिजल्ट्स का?
अब कुछ हो सकता है इसका?
सर वैसे तो हाथ से निकल गई है बात, ही इज इन बैच C नाउ, बट एक ऑप्शन है क्रैश कोर्स का।
तो उस क्रैश कोर्स के लिए कुछ एक्स्ट्रा लगेगा क्या?
अरे एक्स्ट्रा किस बात का? हम लोग पहले ही 2 साल का पेमेंट आपको दे चुके हैं।
मैम जो एडवांस आपने दिया था ना, वो था परफॉर्मेंस के लिए, और सूरज की परफॉर्मेंस अभी तक आई नहीं है। उसको अपडेट रहना पड़ेगा विद बैच A, जिसके लिए क्रैश कोर्स इज अ मस्ट। और बात ही कितनी, 50,000 रुपये की बात है।
पर एकदम से 50,000 अरेंज करना भी।
आप 50,000 के बारे में सोच रहे हैं? यहाँ पे बच्चे का फ्यूचर दाव पे है। देखिए एक बार उसका IIT में हो गया, फिर क्या फ़र्क पड़ता है 50,000 या 1 लाख? बाकी आप जैसा चाहें।
Now think about Suraj and all the pressures around him. The first pressure is peer. Everyone wants to get into IIT. Everyone is studying all the time. And he's not in that batch A wala batch. Second pressure, parents when they call,
मन तो लग रहा है ना तेरा? हो जाएगा ना बेटा? चल, ख्याल रखना अपना।
he can't say मुझे कितना stress हो रहा है. And there's a report here which says 42% of all these students who go through this witness and feel symptoms of anxiety, stress, and chances of depression. Let's also shift to the parents. The parents want to motivate the child, but it is expensive. Every step of the way cost emotionally, financially, and of course, time. And for a middle class to actually have so much emotional effort and financial effort costs a lot. And this is the story of millions of families across the country. But you know who the real winner is? The coaching industry. The entire industry is worth $7 billion and is growing at over 10% a year. But this entire $1 billion industry is based on millions of dreams, just like the one Suraj saw. Students put all their future expectations on this one exam. All of this happened and Suraj could not get into IIT.
हो जाएगा ना बेटा? चल, ख्याल रखना अपना।
He still wanted to be an engineer. So he got into a private college. It takes an army of so many people to actually make this video. And the best way to say thanks is to actually write something nice in the comments or just hit that subscribe button. A lot of you aren't actually clicking on it, so please do that right now. Now, because of all of this preparatory stuff that was happening in the coaching institute, Suraj naturally became inquisitive and curious about electronic gadgets. It became his new obsession, his new hobby. But we rarely follow what we love.
देखो सूरज, IIT तो नहीं हुआ, अब आगे कुछ तो सोचना है ना. कंप्यूटर साइंस का ही देख लो.
हाँ, कनाडा वाली बुआ भी कह रही थी कि CS में बहुत अच्छी अपॉर्चुनिटीज है, तो वो कर ले तू, है ना?
बेटा करियर तो बनाना है ना.
हाँ, देख तेरे लिए तो अच्छा रहेगा ये सब, है ना?
सोच ले बेटा.
So Suraj, with all the pressures around him, convinced himself that this is not good and I must take computer science. And it's not true that other careers are not as successful. It's just that a few careers are a little overhyped. I'll give you an example within the engineering space. Now, everyone may pick computer science, but there are different kinds of engineer any country needs. For example, India has been trying to create a semiconductor base, but it's not able to do this, according to this report, because lack of skill. How is this possible? We're a nation with so many engineers. How can lack of skill be a deterrent to doing this? In India, we are a nation of scale. We want many engineers. But have you ever paused to think, how do we create really good engineers? Maybe the problem is not with the student. Maybe it's the machine that they enter, jahan pe the objective has never been to create deep talent. You see, Suraj was always reminded he comes from a tier 2 institute. He went into this circle of self-doubt.
IIT सबके बस की बात नहीं होती।
शर्म तो आने नहीं होता तो हर गली में
कोई बात नहीं, प्राइवेट कॉलेज थोड़ा कम टाइम
क्या हुआ नहीं निकला ना हो गया आईआईटी
अरे यार तेरा तो यही यार आने वाला था, क्या हो गया?
आईआईटी थी
But did he fail or did the system fail him? Any system is a slave to the incentives it has to be aligned to. Now, in India, I feel a lot of us focus on the money thing too much. I'll do this and I'll get X package, then I'll be happy. And because of this, especially in something like engineering, that curiosity, love seems to have died because that's not the incentive, that's not the outcome people actually want. And it's very ironic because if you look at our R&D data, you can see that countries like Korea and China, who also have competitive, stressful exams, do a lot of research. Research and development is the backbone of not only how you think, but also how the industry innovates and grows. Gets demand, and ironically, that's why people are paid more. Now, the reason of why we don't produce a lot of R&D may be multiple, and there's no point into getting the depth of it. But one reason definitely is this, that all the players are not encouraging the engineer to actually focus on the research. During this entire journey, Suraj's parents invested about 23 lakh rupees for that one single dream. And this is not an issue. After all, education is the best investment you can make in yourself. But the problem is the expectation. You know, the pressure of that dream package that was forced on him. Battling all of his self-doubts and problems and issues, he pushed them away and just focused. I'll do everything I can to make it. And then came that day. Suraj finally sits in his college placement. He's nervous, the mouth is dry, and he feels this great weight on his shoulders to prove himself to his peers, his family, mummy, papa, and most importantly, himself.
सूरज
But there is an uncomfortable truth. Only 45% of engineering grads actually have employable skills. And it's not that tier 1 colleges, this is so much better. It's pretty close. And this report over here by Unstopped Talent says that 83% of all engineering grads passed out of college without a campus placement offer. Now, maybe they got an offer later, but think about the demand-supply dynamic over here. A lot of them might get jobs where they think that's too low for what their expectations were in terms of job responsibility and pay. Some people will get really nice, amazing packages. These are the guys you hear about the most. But why does this happen? First, let's talk about the institution. See, the institution's job is to sell. So they will show placement reports so that your expectations are extremely high, so you can pay a nice, juicy fee to that institution. Second, most of the placements are basically happening by these 4 or 5 or 6 companies. 1 year of bad hiring, and suddenly you have so much supply that the salaries naturally comes down. The most creative job in the world isn't a guy with a paintbrush, but actually an engineer. Because this person has to create something from nothing and hopefully affect the lives of millions of people. But we've reduced this highly creative, problem-solving job to kaun sa college or kitna package.
Money.
And work sample.
So tell me, Suraj, do you think you're the right fit for this role?
I'm the candidate you were looking for, and I do have good command in the coding language. And
Tell us something about yourself.
as I mentioned, that my name is Suraj.
Suraj, that's here. Tell me something that's not on this page.
As I as I was saying that I am
Suraj, take a deep breath. Relax. You don't know the answer to this question, right? आपको नहीं पता ना इसका आंसर? I feel कि computer science is not something you wanted to do, and this coding also is not part of your career. Am I right? I feel like everyone has told you कि ये path चुनना है. You've selected it, and you also somewhere feel this must be good for my career. You know, I want to tell you something. I have a friend. He's basically a gardener and an engineer. Kind of a weird combination. But the other day he was telling me he runs a company which makes almost 100 crore in revenue. Basically, he married two things that he really, really liked. He likes gardening and he likes engineering. So he figured out कि जो commercial buildings होते हैं, यहाँ पे people want landscaping done at different heights, different levels. And he figured out the right engineering required for these. There's even a name for it, I'm forgetting. But the point is, he has this unique skill to make a concrete jungle look like a beautiful heaven. And because of this unique skill, he does really, really well. There is something I'm sure you like. कुछ तो ऐसा है जो तुम बहुत पसंद करते हो. In your free time, you call it, I love doing this, but I can't make money from it. Focus on that. That should be your career. I feel you are so obsessed with what the system is telling you. लोग क्या कह रहे हैं that you forgot. This is about you, Suraj. Think about yourself. What are you good at? Focus on that. And I just want to tell you, सब ठीक हो जाएगा. We'll figure it out.